Yet again he lurks, seething within the shadows. These videos, they're always about me. Always me. What if I change my skin like a snake? Liquid snake. Now I got the Silicon Valley leftist glasses so I look like I code. Next, I'll wear the Californian seashell necklace. Then I can also pretend to surf while checking out the dudes at the beach. Dude, excellent. That Asmongold thinks he is the ultimate gamer. He's only Asmon Silver compared to the great Twitch streamer Hassan Piker. I need to get my head out of my ass. Give me a second. How's everybody? Another week, another video. What am I saying? It's not the week. The week's not over yet, but it just seems like a longer than usual week. Because when you get that feeling of deja vu, and you're just like covering what you think is the same story over and over again, like it feels like it's going nowhere, but there are, you know, certain things to bring up in this video of all things. And it's the relationship between the two. Like, I'd say top Twitch streamer versus the top streamer in general. Like, the thing with Asmongold is he's never going to have the support of the left wing. It's just, he said too many bad things, and he remained neutral and impartial, which is possibly the most poisonous thing to a leftist that you can possibly do, is make them look more radical than they already do. I mean, to be fair though, in the beginning, at least to me, all leftists looked pretty radical. Like you can argue back in the day that right wings people were radical, they were like, gun loving and all that stuff. But in hindsight, they had the right idea. Like they probably lived through some things that we didn't have the context for. So we called those people, oh, racist, or oh, you guys love guns too much. And you play into the hands of these liberals, these leftists, these Democrats, these socialists, communists, anarchists, whatever name they want to give themselves in order to better their cause. And in that sense, here we are today with the idea that Hassan can actually surpass, or that's his belief, his wish. He wants to surpass Asmongold, and he doesn't realize it. Much like the cowboy movie, he is Kimosabe, right? He is the side character to Asmongold. He doesn't realize it, but he's just this naked man, entering into the world of politics, bathing in the sea of madness. And as he's trying to find peace, he cannot, simply for the fact that, he's too hungry. Hungry for money, hungry for, Asmongold. Like, I think he wants more than just his fame. I think he wants to co-host with the guy and, put him down and eventually surpass him that way. Because I think he thought that that would be the case with Ethan Klein, but most likely, it backfired on him. Pretty much like every single thing else that he did. And he also happens to watch my videos. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. First, it was the bolo tie, the Curse of Sungrad. He thought, maybe I can curse people. And then he got cursed. So then he was like, wait, everybody's making videos about me. What do I do? Oh, I gotta change my image. Oh, I'll change back to the old Hassan. And then he was like, he gave me fun of my me, called him the Monopoly Man. He looked like Super Mario. We completely changed his look into this false nerd intellectual guy straight out of California who looks like a guy who codes. Like he looks like a guy who doesn't have the job of a full-time streamer, rather like a computer programmer, IT, whatever you want to call it. Yeah, what a guy, dude. What a guy. What a guy. Oh, and I don't really think, world politics, at least for now, are going to get that much worse. I heard that Balochistan wants to escalate the conflict, but, I'm hoping for the best. But other than that, yeah, we're sitting on gaming news. Finally, I can finally stop talking about politics in places that I never want to visit and talk about the things that are most important to life, the video games. Now, maybe Nintendo thought to themselves, wait a minute, Control is both like censorship and also like, rating score. So they thought maybe in a game like Grand Theft Auto, it would be too insane to develop it for that console. So unfortunately, I was way off, and I really have no idea why they're pushing their console to be that expensive. And I'm also thinking that they are going to, most likely, it was done as an anti-scalping tactic. So it's going to be brought down in price within like a few months or so. Just as soon as the hype dies down. Because it's like, what's the real reason to buy it over two games that are just coming out for it? And I don't know if they could run on the original Switch, and I don't really care, but it's just like, who buys a console for, basically two launch title games that only one of them has any longevity to it, and the other one is just, arcade racing game. It's always been the same way. Like people like Mario Kart. Personally, I like it when I indulge in my senses, you know, herbal essence. But, because I have like split ends and my hair needs that, extra keratin. And it makes it very, very, very fresh. Yeah. But like other than that, like it's just too childish to me. Like it has too many things jumping up and trying to get my attention. And maybe it's an old man talking syndrome, but it's like I don't want to play a game where, I'm constantly distracted with like, bright colors, rainbow colors and the like while I'm trying to, well, but maybe I would. I don't I lack the context because I haven't played it since the N64. I think I played a bit of it on GameCube. I don't know. The one where you had two people in a go-kart. It was like a weird thing. But yeah, Nintendo might not be able to run Grand Theft Auto 4, surprisingly. Much to my mistake. I'm mistaken. I will admit that. According to everybody who's leaking this is not a powerful console by any means. And it also has lots of limitations, storage, and battery life is the big one. Like, imagine a handheld, a Han Solo, because it's like it only lasts 2 hours. You know, hurry up and blow this thing. Let's get out of here, and we'll go home. I forgot Star Wars lines. My bad. The what do you call it? The extended what do you call it? The Disney Star Wars and all those like new Star Wars things ruined it for me. I feel as if like all the Star Wars material that I've memorized in the past was kind of like wasted material, and I'm never gonna get my life back. It was so well made and so well executed and orchestrated and everything. And the saddest thing is that it goes down in flames, much like Hassan's claim to fame, man. Like he has to stay in his lane and understand that he is the absolute and utter balance to Asmongold. Like there's no way out of this, you know. At first I thought it was the curse of Azure, but I'm beginning to think that like he can't escape that because he's typecasted himself into that role ever since he did the Ethan versus Hassan fight. Because like anybody who thinks that iDubbbz had a personal vendetta against Ethan Klein that was worthy of him making a video like that. Like, just look at the undertones of how the video is presented. First, you see iCux and all those little goofy friends, like, acting a fool and trying to, like, copy Sam Hyde. By the way, they copied Sam Hyde verbatim. Like, it's actually kind of weird how Sam Hyde was, like, probably doing a parody of, like, some movie or something. And then they just copied him, and it's weird because do you think that, like, I don't know, this might be far fetched, but do you think that, like, there's a bit of play in the bed between him and his, like, wife Anissa, where she dresses up with some very distinct not glasses, yeah, not sunglasses, I mean, like, prescription glasses that that particular gentleman likes to wear, and does her hair up a certain way. And she has the tattoos. So, like, I know Sam Hyde doesn't have tattoos to my knowledge, but, like, he's a strong ass dude. So it's like, lights go off, and, like, they're a happily kind of married couple. What can I say, right? Like, it's this weird thing where he got into his skin, and that's why I think the Candyman just, like, scared Hassan into, like, this perpetual streaming career. Like, we're never gonna see Hassan in the boxing match with anybody outside of someone he knows he can win against indefinite, like without question. And it's all for, like, advancing his career. Anything that he thinks would take away from that would be, like, not good, Excuse me. So I'm not saying, like, he's directly contributed. Well, he contributed a bit, but, like, together with him and, like, possibly all the negative commentators, like, left wing, maybe some right wing. I don't know. Maybe some people take it too far, but I see mostly it's like a leftist kind of propagandist wing of people that cannot win in this, like, day and age, this scenario where, like, they lack immaturity, foresight, afterthought, hindsight, manners, dignity, like, knowledge, integrity. I don't know if I even said that one yet, like, before. I mean, it just goes on and on, like, and everybody got dragged. Everybody got dragged. Like, Asmongold is probably well loved, as he would say, by pretty much everybody except for this disease of people, this artificial creation that materialized from more or less media, the internet, and its control, like, subversion of the internet. If you know what I mean, like, I don't think, like, they directly control things, but I think that, like, it could be the little things, like, okay, a person who subscribes to a Twitch channel and, like, in time intervals would periodically donate to a particular leftist streamer who repeats points from these news stations. And for people who are wondering where Hassan gets, like, where he got his money from, he probably gets his money from, like, donations and stuff. But his main source, or the main source of his money from, for him and his uncle, was Al Jazeera. And he actually, his uncle anyway, specified this in the past when he was hosting the Young Turks back in those times. Yeah. So take with that what you will. Like, the fact that you can have a Twitch donation every so often, that's like $100, $200, and, like, nobody really cares that much because it's like, oh, this guy has 10,000, 100,000, approaching like a million, viewer count, like the top Twitch streamers in general. And yeah, like, it's not out of the question, but, like, nobody really questions where the money comes from in the first place, right? So why is he pushing that specific agenda and like creating hysteria behind it? Well, yeah, he's Muslim. He's always gonna cop out for his, side. But also, it's because he's getting paid. He's getting paid to do it from both sides too, from like the civilian side and the private side. So he has every incentive to continue his actions. It's the snowball effect, like playing out in real time. And it's gotten so bad that it's rolled down a hill and into a wall. And that wall happens to be Asmongold. And he's stuck there, like he's melting. He's like trying to like roll away, trying to change his image, change his clothing style, his glasses, but he can't. He got cursed. I wonder what it's like, you know, being the favorite for so long and then losing to someone like Asmongold, who in his eyes, like, you know what I mean? Like when you have those like rose tinted view of the world where you're just like living the dream, and then you see a guy like that and you're like, wait, what? I lost to him? And it's this kind of like humbling realization that you were never really on top. It was the people who put you there and kept you there for so long. And you never thanked them or acknowledged them. They were just there for you. But they got what they wanted. Like you pushed their agenda, you said what they wanted them to say, and it worked out. Because now the world's changing. Like I still believe I still believe in the UK. It's not a lost cause. I mean, a bunch of people are going to be running for prime minister. Andrew Tate might beat those charges. You never know. And if he beats those charges, man, oh man, that is going to be one hell of a presidential run. I mean, prime minister run. Because I don't know. Do you guys see like large amounts of young men going out to vote in these elections? I just don't see it. Like unless those young men are voting Labor. Inside joke for anybody who, who lives in the UK. And I'm sorry about that because some people are got like that's like basically the two-tier policing, Keir Starmer style, like governance. It's just the absolute worst, the absolute worst, and it's coming pretty much here in Canada. It's coming to Canada. We're seeing like the incessant necessity to like devalue people, certain people, to bring other people up, right? So for this for this generation, it would be like older people that are pushing them down and saying the entire time that they were lazy, that they were ungrateful, this and that, while they're the ones who kept the books and made it so that like AI and automation would replace them. Much the same way, like in the 30s and 40s, you had manufacturing replacing, auto workers with like, assembly plants and this and that, modernization. And then like subsequently again in like the 80s and the 90s with like, the car crash, the GM car crash or whatever, and then like all the car companies need to be bailed out. I actually don't know if that was late 90s or early 2000s. I actually think it was early 2000s. Yeah, because I think Bush was president at the time, if not Obama. Damn, my memory is so foggy. So like the older generations have no love for the younger generations. And a guy like Andrew Tate, at least, well, to me, because I think I'm like 1 year older than him. Man, I look so much younger. Than, like, what the hell, dude? Lay off the whatever the fuck, man. Lay off the cigars. But no, dude, no. You don't lay off the cigars. Listen to me. Yo, this is what you gotta do, Andrew Tate. You gotta call up Arnold Schwarzenegger, and you gotta help him beat those charges in America or the UK or wherever you're going to court and stuff. And then when you run for prime minister in the UK, Get him as a like, a guy who like puts in a good word for you and stuff. Because like, yeah, he obviously doesn't have a. That's the weird thing of Arnold Schwarzenegger. How is he the governor of America if he doesn't have an American citizenship? But that's all good, man, because like whatever, right? Like he's Arnold Schwarzenegger, so like just have him around as like your yes man. No, not yes man, like your hype man, and then like run for prime minister, and you'll win for sure. I don't know, maybe he's too old and he can't do it. Like do I think you're good. Like you don't really have that much competition in the UK right now. Everybody's kind of weak. Like no, but no party has any capability of reclaiming the country, let alone like rebalancing the books. Like you kind of have to like think about it like this. Like if you don't balance the books, you can't pay your law enforcement, and you can't also like proceed with any type of like reform, any type of clearing of corruption, reassessing, the value. Like you can get Donald Trump actually and his Doge team to like come in and have a look, and most likely within a few months, maybe a year, you'll fix the entire country, and then it's all good. Nothing but strip clubs, casinos, and roads where there's no speed limit at all.